job for which we have been elected to do is still being done in the best interest of our dear state. So I commend you all. I think we'll make progress with what we have today. Any petition? Any petition?
The judgment of the Court of Appeal delivered on Thursday, the 10th day of October 2024, under the appeal number CA/ABJ/CV/133/2024. Mr. Speaker, delivered by their Lordships, Justice Joseph Olubimi K. Oyewole, Justice Okon Efrete Abba, and Justice Isha Mohammed Sani. Mr. Speaker, by your leave, may I lay this judgment at the table.
Has brought our judgments which affirmed everything, our position in all the matters, in all the contending issues. So, Leader, thank you for bringing the copy of this judgment to the House. Motion to adopt it as a working document. Deputy Speaker.
That the certified copy of judgment of the Court of Appeal presented to this House by the majority leader of this House be adopted as a working document. I so move. Second.
The motion legally moved by the Deputy Speaker for the adoption as a working document of the Court of Appeal judgment being laid at the table by the leader of this House. I so second.
Honorable members, motion moved and working document. Clerk, what do we have?
Awuda East, Constituency 2, Honorable Adolphus Timothy, Opoko State Constituency, Honorable Victor oko-jumbo, Boni Constituency, and Honorable Sukari Goodboy Sukari, Awuda West Constituency, vacant, pursuant to Section 109(1)(f) of the 1999 Constitution as altered. Mr. Speaker, I move to the preamble. On behalf of the unlisted honorable members, I rise this morning to move to declare the seats of Honorable Edison here, Awuda East Constituency, Honorable Timothy Adolphus, Honorable Victor oko-jumbo, Honorable Sukari Goodboy Sukari, vacant in view to the fact that the affected members have remained absent for 152 days consecutively. Mr. Speaker, the fact that affects them has remained absent from legislative business or meetings of the House for about 1 year, a period that is far more than stipulated period of 1/3 of the total days during which the House met in 1 year as enshrined in Section 1091 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Whereas the 10th Rivers State House of Assembly was proclaimed on Monday the 5th day of June 2022, and the aforementioned members were administered oaths of membership and allegiance to the 1999 Constitution as altered. Aware that the aforementioned members participated in the legislative business and meetings of the 10th Assembly of Rivers State until the Thursday, the 26th day of October 2023, which is the last day they participated in legislative business meetings of the House and remained absent from legislative business meetings to this day, Tuesday, 15th October 2024. Also, that apart from admonishing and being absent from legislative business meeting, Honorable Edison Ehie, Awoda East constituency, was sworn in as the Chief of Staff, Government House, Port Harcourt, by the Governor of Rivers State on Monday, the 29th January 2024, and never wrote to the House in compliance with Section 306(1), 2, and 7 of the 1999 Constitution as altered, thereby making Section 109 1E applicable to him. Confirm that Mr. Speaker is empowered by Section 109(2) of the 1999 Constitution as altered to give effect to Section 109(1) of the Constitution and declare their seats vacant in following satisfactory evidences of their willful absence from meetings to sitting of the House for 96 out of 177 legislative sittings to meetings in the first section and 56 out of the 56 legislative sittings to meeting in the second section of the 10th Assembly. Mr. Speaker, by your leave, let me therefore with respectfully urge the honorable members to do resolve as follows. 1. Call on Mr. Speaker to rely on Section 109(2). 109(2), subsection 2 of the Constitution and give effect to Section 1091E and F of the Constitution to declare the seats of Edison Ogaraya Ehie vacant. 2. Call on Mr. Speaker to rely on Section 109, subsection 2 of the Constitution to give effect to Section 109(1)(f) of the Constitution to declare the seat of Honorable Adolphus Timothy Okobo constituency, Honorable Victor Oko-Jumbo Boni constituency, and Honorable Sokari, Good Boy Sokari, Awoda West constituency vacant. 3. Call on Mr. Speaker to write to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to inform the Commission after declaring their seat vacant so that elections can be conducted to effect new representatives in these constituencies. Mr. Speaker, 4. May members, in whichever way they will order as the House may deem necessary in these circumstances. Mr. Speaker, sponsors of this motion, Mr. Speaker, by your leave, may I read their names? Go ahead. Right Honorable Dumle Maho, Deputy Speaker, Honorable Major Jack, Leader, Honorable Linda Stewart, Deputy Leader, Honorable Frank Uchenna Waboti, Chief Whip, Honorable Christopher Kufis Kaban, Deputy Whip, Honorable Azeri Opara, Honorable Enemy Alabo George, Honorable Smart Adoki, Honorable Granville Tekanabe Wellington, Honorable Solomon Wami, Honorable Bella Limba, Honorable John Dominic Iderima, Honorable Queen Uwama Tony Williams, Honorable Lolo Azaya Okwende, Honorable Peter Abe, Honorable Igwe Afoji Obe, Honorable Justice Justina, Honorable Justina Meji, Honorable Ignatius Owoka, Honorable Chimeze Wangwo, Honorable Lemchi Prince Lemchi Nyeti, Honorable Barile Wako, Honorable Emilia Loki Amadi, Honorable Nkemjika Isikwe, Honorable Davis Arnold, Honorable Silvanus Wako, Honorable Girard Ofoti. Mr. Speaker, by your leave, may I lay the motion at the table.
This is so.
Motion for adoption as a vote of the House. Motion for adoption.
Motion for adoption has been I hereby move for a motion for adoption has been presented by the majority leader.
As a review by Honorable Derek and so
Leader on our behalf. Mr. Speaker, this motion is simply calling on this House to give effect to Section 109, Sub 1F of the 1999 Constitution as altered. Mr. Speaker, for purposes of clarity, by your leave, may I read Section 109, Sub 1F of the Constitution, sir. Section 109, 1F. Without just cause, a member is absent from meetings of the House of Assembly for a period amounting in the aggregate to more than 1/3 of the number of days during which the House meets in 1 year. This provision is unambiguous, Mr. Speaker, and the provision is being given effect to by sub 2, 109 sub 2 by your leaves, and may I also read. The Speaker of the House of Assembly shall give effect to section 1 of this section, subsection 1 of this section. So, however, that the Speaker or a member shall first present evidence satisfactory to the House that any of the provisions of that subsection has become applicable in respect of the member. The motion has clearly stated members who have been absent consecutively for about 152 days, as clearly stated in the motion paper. And we are saying this one inside. This House empowers you to give effect to section 109 sub 2, which I have read. I align myself completely with all the prayers, but the most important prayer that to my mind is the omnibus prayer is prayer 3, sir. And that is the only prayer that will give full teeth to this motion. And so I adopt all in this entirety as my position. And I urge members to support in the same direction. That is my submission, Mr. Speaker.
States, the Honorable Major Jack, and of course to the debates that have been led by the Deputy Speaker, the Right Honorable Jumle Mao. Mr. Speaker, the law is clear and the law is right. Speaker, I will draw your attention to the Constitution. The Deputy Speaker, when he was speaking, read very clearly from Section 109, subsection 1F. Speaker, he also drew your attention to Section 109, subsection 2. Mr. Speaker, by your kind leave, I would also like to read from Section 109, subsection 3, which says that a member of the House of Assembly shall be deemed to be absent without just cause from a meeting of the House of Assembly unless the person presiding certifies in writing that he is satisfied that the absence of the member from the meeting was for a just cause. Mr. Speaker, there is no evidence in all of our cities in the past 1 year. I have not heard you read out or heard you certify that these members were absent for a just cause. Mr. Speaker, our people elected us for a purpose. If the Constitution has said that members who are absent for 1/3 of the total number of sittings of the House shall have their seats declared vacant, then as a creation of the Constitution, this House must do the needful. Mr. Speaker, the House of Assembly was created by the Constitution, and all of our activities and functions are as dictated by the Constitution. And so, if the Constitution has said that if a member is absent for 1/3 of our total sittings, Mr. Speaker, we have no choice but to abide by the spirit and letter of the Constitution, the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as altered. That is why, Mr. Speaker, I add my voice to the motion, and of course add my voice to what the Deputy Speaker has said. I totally align myself with this motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
We are elected to represent our various constituents. Mr. Speaker, in this case, it is obvious that for 152 sitting days, these persons have not come for sitting, for whatever reason, best known to them. Mr. Speaker, if any of them happen to be my elder brother, sir, the Constitution must take its course. Mr. Speaker, I wouldn't want to pour this as with what my brothers, my colleagues have said. Mr. Speaker, I want to totally align myself with prayer 3. I want to totally align myself with prayer 3. That says, that will call on Mr. Speaker to write to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and inform the Commission after declaring these seats vacant so that election can be conducted to elect new representatives in these constituencies. Mr. Speaker, in these constituencies. Mr. Speaker, we believe that when we come to the assembly, we are wrong. Mr. Speaker, we believe that we cannot be seated here seeing for 152 days, nobody is representing Bonny constituency in these chambers. For more than 150 days, nobody is representing where the governor comes from. Mr. Speaker, the people are crying in silence. The 10th assembly we have come, we have heard their cry because we have listening here. And for the fact that Constitution has said this way should be for those that we consecutively miss cities. Mr. Speaker, they say a stitch in time saves 9. I want to say that every other member should support this motion and let us immediately do the needful. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and may God bless the 10th Assembly.
Their seats are here vacant. You can see for all the people that we mentioned in this bill, their seats are here vacant, and they are not here. Since this is 152 days, there is nothing we can do. We are going to follow the Constitution. And I want to align myself with this motion. The Constitution has said it, and there is nothing we can do than to follow the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, I align with this motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
My colleagues have said a lot, but I want to say that I align myself totally with the motion being presented by the leader of the House. Mr. Speaker, it's very unfortunate. Before the motion, the leader laid a big court judgment. We have been having judgments that recognize you as the Speaker of the 10th Assembly. And just on the 10th, the appeal court confirmed it. And this, my former colleague, because already their seat will be declared vacant. It's very unfortunate that since on the 26th day of October 2023, the date, the constituency they are representing cannot say they have found them here. They are representing their people. And I want this to be placed on notice that declaring their seat vacant is not making the constituency or the constituent, not their voice not to be heard. It's the people that they elected to represent them. So I join myself, I align myself that this seat, those responsible, ADC oko-jumbo, Adolphus, and good boys, their seats should be declared vacant because the law is not emotion. We must follow the law, and the 10th Assembly have decided to follow the law. So I am in total support that the seat should be declared vacant. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And the members of that constituency, as my colleagues have earlier stated, are worried and they are counting these days with us. And so it is important for you to do the needful because everybody knows that you are a man that obeys the rule of law. And we are bringing it to you that my colleagues have agreed that that is the way to go, that is the right thing to do. So we urge you not to waste the time of this house. Use your office and strengthen the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you and God bless you.
Mr. Speaker, just like some of our former colleagues, just like the last and prayer 3 and key, they have not met up to 152 days during our plenary. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to align myself with other speakers to say that the needful should be done without wasting time.
The matter is very simple. We are elected on section 109. Stop.
I will divide the House, but before I do so, it's important that I make a few remarks. I will begin by commending honorable members for coming up with this motion. This motion was sponsored by 26 serving members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. And this motion intends to solve a problem. The problem is that we have, as of today, seats that are not being occupied in this House. Members will recall that we lost a member. This House is a House of 32 constituencies. We lost a member in the person of Dine Barilolo. We have written to the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct election to fill the vacancy in that constituency. We are also aware that Honorable Edison Ugene, who represents the people of Ahoda East Constituency 2, has also abandoned his job here in the Rivers State House of Assembly. He did that and took up another appointment with the state government as Chief of Staff, Government House. Prior to that time, he abandoned legislative business and never attended sittings until he was appointed. That in itself, it contravened Section 306, subsection 1, 2, and 7 of the 1999 Constitution that mandates him to write the Speaker, notifying the Speaker of his decision to resign. So he never resigned. He rather took up a new job in the executive arm of government, leaving us with no option than to invoke Section 109, subsection 1E of the 1999 Constitution as altered, which stipulates that when any lawmaker abandons his job and takes up another job, that lawmaker automatically loses his seat. And the Speaker needs to invoke that section to declare his seat vacant. Again, the Honorable Timothy Orubimiha Adolphus who represents Opobo constituency, the Honorable Sokare Goodboy Sokahari, who represents Ahoda West constituency, and Honorable Victor Oko-Jumbo, who represents Bonnet constituency. All three of them have abandoned their jobs of representing their various constituencies here in the Rivers State House of Assembly. For 152 consecutive legislative days, they have remained absent from legislative business, from our sittings or meetings. Members will recall that we had a peace parley in Abuja, where Mr. President invited us on the request of the governor to fashion out ways of moving Rivers State forward. As responsible citizens, we heeded to that call. We moved to Abuja, we sat with the president, and all of us, we sat as one people, and we agreed that we are going to take certain decisions so that this state can move forward. We came back here, specifically on the 20th of December 2023, here in this hallowed chamber. We sat and agreed that we were going to heed to that peace parley, and we called on our brothers, our colleagues, to be coming for sittings, to resume sittings, because they were not coming because of the issues at the time, but they failed to seize that opportunity. Now, rather than heed to the peace parley, to everything that we signed for the peaceful development of this state, what did they do? They've been running from one court to the other, seeking to take us out of office. As we speak, honorable members, even tomorrow a matter is coming up in court. That matter was filed by oko-jumbo and these members. All they are doing is to remove us from office, rather than come so that we can meet and build this state together. They decided not to follow what we agreed to, and have refused to attend sittings. Rather than come for sittings, they are meeting in secret places, concocting approvals, doing all kinds of illegal actions, bringing the 10th Assembly of Rivers State to disrepute. As we speak, these individuals have made the Assembly a laughingstock in the Committee of State House of Assembly by their actions, if not for our interventions. But the crucial thing here, honorable members, is that the Constitution frowns at abandonment of duty. We have kept quiet for so long, hoping that they will turn a new leaf and come to work. State government still pays them their salaries. They've been receiving salaries. These individuals have been receiving their salaries from the information we gathered. But they don't come to work. They have remained absent from legislative meetings. What should the Assembly do in this circumstance when these constituencies do not have a voice here in this House? What are we supposed to do? Are we expected to fold our arms and keep quiet till the end of the tenure? And these constituents of theirs will remain helpless? Certainly not. That is why I commend members for rising up to the occasion by coming up with this motion. So, honorable members, I thank you. And all you have said is that Section 109, subsection 1F of the 1999 Constitution as altered stipulates that when a member is absent from legislative meetings or sittings for up to 1/3 of the number of days that the House sits in a year, that person is no longer fit to be a member of the House. We have checked the records. The facts brought to this House by the sponsors of this motion are indeed satisfactory. The section says if the facts are satisfactory, we can take action. and the facts are satisfactory, the evidence before us is clear, that for 152 legislative sittings in a row, consecutively, these individuals have refused to represent their people. They have refused to participate in our meetings, in our sittings, and are no longer fit to be part of this 10th Assembly. So that more serious-minded persons who have their people at heart can be given the opportunity to vie for these seats and fill the vacancies that we see here every day when we are sitting as a result of their absence. Honorable members, rising from your debates, rising from your contributions on the floor of the House this morning, going by the satisfactory evidence that is before us, that these members have been absent for 152 days in a row, which is far more than the requirement. Even if we decide to take it section by section, the House sat in the first section of the 10th Assembly for 177 days, out of which they were absent for 96 days. Then in this section, the House has sat for 50. This sitting today is the 56th legislative sitting, and they have been absent for all 56 legislative sittings, bringing their absence to a total of 152 days. We cannot continue like this. The law must not only back, but sometimes need to do what? Bite. So that we can take our jobs very seriously. Honorable members, on this note, you have put forward 4 prayers. 4 prayers. I will read them for the records, for the Hansards. Prayer 1, you've said, call on Mr. Speaker to rely on Section 102, subsection 2 of the Constitution and give effect to Section 109, subsection 1, E and F of the Constitution and declare the seat of Honorable Edison Ogere Ehe vacant. Prayer 2, call on Mr. Speaker to rely on Section 109, subsection 2 of the Constitution as altered and give effect to Section 109, subsection 1F and declare the seats of Honorable Adolphus Timothy Urubimiha, Opobo constituency, Honorable Sokare Goodboy Sokahare, Fahoda West constituency, and Honorable Victor Oko-Jumbo, Bonnet constituency, vacant. Call on Mr. Speaker to write the Independent National Electoral Commission and inform the Commission after declaring this is vacant so that elections can be conducted to elect new representatives in these constituencies. Prayer 4, make any other order as this House may deem necessary. Honorable members, from your contributions canvassed, I've read the prayers one more time, and it is now time to put the question. Those in favor that Honorable Edison Ogere Ehe, who represents the people of Ahoda East Constituency 2 and has failed to come for sittings and has also taken up another job in the executive arm, should have his seat declared vacant, should indicate by raising their hands. I'll put the other question before announcing all the okay, let me have them. Let me have the results. One question. Those in favor of the position that Mr. Speaker should rely on Section 109, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution and give effect to Section 109, subsection 1F of the 1999 Constitution as altered and declare the seats of Honorable Victor Oko-Jumbo, who represents Bonnet constituency, Honorable Sokare Goodboy Sokahare, who represents Ahoda West constituency, and Honorable Adolphus Timothy Urubimiha, who represents Opobo constituency, as in declare their seats vacant, should indicate by raising their hands. The last question. Those in favor of the position that Mr. Speaker should write to the Independent National Electoral Commission and inform them after the seats of these members have been declared vacant, that their seats are now vacant, and that they should go ahead and conduct the election to elect new representatives in this constituency, should indicate by raising their hands. Honorable members, the first question I put, those for 24, against nil, abstention nil. For the second question, those for 24, against nil, abstention nil. The third question, those for 24, abstention nil, against nil. Honorable members, by this voting, it is now clear, and it is now the position of the 10th Rivers State House of Assembly that relying on the provisions of Section 109, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution, and of course, Section 109, subsection 1E and F, that the seats of these 4 members have been declared vacant. Members whose seats have been declared vacant are Honorable Edison Ogere Ehi. Until today, he was representing the people of Ahoda East Constituency 2. The second person is Honorable Victor Oko-Jumbo. Until this voting, he was representing Bonnet Constituency. And Honorable Sukare Goodboy Sukahari. Until this moment, he was representing the people of Ahoda West. And Honorable Timothy Orubimeha Adolphus, who until this moment was representing the people of Okobo constituency. Honorable members, their seats have been declared vacant, and by your decision, we'll be sending a letter to the Independent National Electoral Commission urging them to quickly conduct elections to elect new representatives for these constituencies. Honorable members, let me also make a very important remark flowing from what has transpired in the Court of Appeal. Honorable members, you are aware that the Court of Appeal has painstakingly looked at the judgment of the Federal High Court and upheld all injunctive reliefs set out in that judgment. The governor had appealed, but the Court of Appeal upheld that judgment and dismissed the appeal of the governor. I must say I was in court, I listened to the justices on that day, and the remark was made very sternly, and it was made clear that Rivers State has no budget. We have always known that for 2024, there is no appropriation law. The governor has been spending without approval. We have been getting calls from our constituents, leaders of this state, of this country. People are urging us to have a human face in all of this. But we are representatives of our people. We love our state, Rivers State. We want peace in this state. That is why we have decided to heed to the pleas that we should give the governor one more opportunity to present the 2024 appropriation bill. We had an informal meeting and members who have deliberated on this matter, but I have to bring it to the fore and seek leave of members to call on the governor to bring the 2024 appropriation bill. We have to listen to our people. Let's allow him to bring the appropriation bill. It's another opportunity we're extending to the governor in the interest of the good people of Rivers State. Those in favor of this position should say ayes. Aye. Against, say nay. Honorable members, we have therefore agreed that we will allow the governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Fubara, to present the 2024 appropriation bill to the 10th Rivers State House of Assembly. This is another opportunity for the governor to bring the budget or his budget estimates so that we will know what to do going forward. Thank you. By your voting, we are going to allow the governor one more opportunity to present, because he has never presented it. He never presented to anybody in the eyes of the law. It's been declared by the High Court, it's been declared by the Court of Appeal. We don't have a budget. We have said so from the beginning. We are giving the governor another opportunity. Clerk, what next do we have on the other paper?
The only item on the other paper has been diligently attended to.
The House is hereby adjourned to Tuesday, the 22nd day of October 2024 at 10 a.m. Mr. Speaker will now rise.
Mr. Speaker!
I'll go sitting. I'll go assembly sitting. Just be finished. Yes. Alpha, any show. Don't know which one side. Not today.
Finish.